So, I want to talk about the gingers are black trend happening on TikTok. And just a quick PSA, I moved the content from my second channel to my website, and that will be my secondary content space permanently for many reasons, including content theft. I may upload previews on my second channel from time to time via shorts, but full videos will be available on my website only. So if you are interested in any of my exclusive non-race related content, it will be available on my website and I'll have some new content over there soon. And if you want to be notified when it drops, you can join the mailing list. All of the links are in the description box. Now, back to the topic. So the Gingers Are Black trend was started by a black woman on TikTok who came out saying that white redheads are black.
I just need to remind y'all again, everyone who is ginger, who has red hair, those are black people. All gingers are black people. If they have red hair, they are black. You see a white man with red hair, that's a black man. You see a white woman with red hair, that's a black woman. Gingers are black. All gingers.
So when I saw this last week, I really didn't think too much of it. I just thought, okay, well, this is just another black woman trying to claim everybody as black. Whatever, I'm not going to do a full video on it. I don't care. But over the last week, this has literally blown up and grown into an entire movement where black people, and specifically black women, are embracing white redheads, bonding with them, and validating their pain and struggles that they've had to endure from other white people. Now, of course, most people aren't taking this literally. They don't actually think white redheads are black. And I think the original lady was pretty much saying that redheads descended from black people. So obviously, I don't think most black people think that they're blackety black, but we are genuinely inviting them to the cookout. And the impact that this has had on many redheads is serious. It's not a game. They are all over TikTok giving their life stories about being bullied and tormented by other white people, and black people, and especially black women, are hyping them up. And the gingers are loving it. They are loving it.
I'm not normally a girl that's gonna cry on the internet. I have spent the last hour reading comments that are healing me. Healing parts of me that I didn't know needed healed. Healing parts of me that I didn't even realize were still hurting. A group of people that have been so marginalized and hated and judged for no reason. A group of people that have dealt with stuff that I will never understand, never fully understand. Y'all are just coming together to love on me? You want to talk about black girl magic? Look at my comments. Look at what you're doing for me. Growing up, having red hair and being so bullied, it's like I expected it.
In all seriousness, with the trend going on, all gingers are black, I have not felt this much love ever in my life. And to the girl that's making this go viral, I just gotta say thank you.
This is like my third time trying to record this without crying, but I know a lot of this has been lighthearted, but when I became pregnant, my baby's dad is ginger, I'm ginger, and I remember being so grateful that I was having a boy because a daughter would be over-sexualized with ginger hair. And it's just so nice for people to appreciate the thing that makes us different, because that is the thing that I prayed away every day so that I wouldn't have to send my baby to school worrying that he's going to get bullied over something he can't control. This means so much more than people think. So thank you so much.
Oh man, another redhead crying and crying and gushing about being healed. I have so many emotions right now. I can't even process them all. The last 48 hours of my life, I've never felt more love in my life.
This whole gingers are black thing that's going around is literally proving why black people are the superior beings, because if we're being real, they haven't even had their time to shine, to where black women are truly appreciated and put up on a pedestal and admired for the true beauty that they possess. They really haven't even had their time. And yet they're stepping back and like, yes, gingers, y'all have y'all's time. Pop off, cousin. Do y'all big one. And that right there is why I will forever, forever love and respect black women. Well, black people in general, but black women are at the top.
And when I was watching these videos, I immediately thought of how unambiguous dark-skinned women are always told that we are the only ones who talk about our experience being bullied, when there are so many other groups out there doing the same thing, and they've been doing it. Dark-skinned Indian women, Asian men, and as we can see, redheads have their own spaces as well. They have festivals for redheads, they have support groups, they're talking about being misrepresented in the media and wanting to correct their promotion. They are quite literally making some of the same complaints that dark-skinned women do. And this is why I always tell the ladies on my channel, it's very important to go outside of your black bubble online from time to time, be nosy, see what other groups are talking about before you pathologize dark-skinned women, because you'll find that we all pretty much want the same things. I heard a couple of redhead women talk about how they're often told that they're pretty for a redhead, which is the same backhanded compliment people give to dark-skinned black women. They also talked about how they're hypersexualized and automatically perceived as aggressive and evil, which is also similar to what black women experience, and especially dark-skinned black women. And according to what they were saying on TikTok, male gingers get bullied worse, and the men generally aren't seen as desirable at all. So it's very similar to Asian men. They also talked about Kick a Redhead Day, which to my understanding was inspired by an episode of South Park. And it's a designated day of the year or month to enact violence on redheads. And a lot of gingers on TikTok remember being bullied on that day as children. And some of them were literally in tears about it because they're still traumatized by it. And obviously what they have experienced as gingers is in no way comparable to racism or colorism that black people experience. But this proves everything that I say on my channel. Self-esteem does not exist in a vacuum. Every group wants validation outside of themselves. Every group wants to feel desired. It also proves that every group wants proper representation in the media. None of those things are exclusive to dark-skinned women. So dark-skinned women, if you're listening right now and you care about those things, you are not crazy. And you need to stop internalizing the colorist gaslighting and allowing people to make you believe that you're crazy for being human and wanting what everybody else wants, including the colorists and the racists who criticize you. They don't feel like you deserve what they're getting. And so instead of just saying that, they're just going to make you feel crazy for wanting it. And ladies, let this serve as another example of how powerful and influential you are as a black woman, and how everyone in the world literally thrives off of our validation. We are able to literally start movements and even heal people and their insecurities by simply saying a few words. I mean, it is videos of redheads crying and thanking black women for healing them. So just imagine if black women would do this more for ourselves and our own plight and our own interests. We would be unstoppable. But instead, we keep doing it for other people and putting them on a pedestal. We do this with black men, we do this with light-skinned women and mixed race women. And look, I am not trying to shit on this trend and dampen the mood. I appreciate how some of the gingers acknowledged black women and how we are so supportive of other groups of people, and we often don't get that in return. I do believe that many of them on TikTok are genuine, and I think that overall this is a nice, wholesome, positive movement. But I also have to be honest about what I see. And when I see black women trying to bring these other groups into blackness, to me, it comes from a place of those black women not feeling like they're enough to stand alone in their own existence and their own beauty as a black woman. A lot of black women feel like they need other groups to feel seen, when it's obvious that they need you, ladies. They need you way more than you actually need them. Ladies, don't you realize that it's you with the power? It is black women with the power. These white redheads couldn't even get the validation that they needed from their own white community. And it took a black woman on TikTok to give them that and heal them. They need you. It's the same with mixed people, and especially mixed women who get rejected from their non-black side. They have to come over to the black community to feel a sense of belonging. It's not us that has to go to them. They have to come over here. So you're helping to heal all of these people, all of these outside groups, But who is going to heal you? I also heard several of the redhead women say that they got the most compliments from Black women on their hair and on their beauty. And they said they feel the most accepted by Black people. One woman even said that it was a Black woman who first taught her how to take care of her hair. And another ginger, she jokingly asked if a Black woman could be her mother.
If I see one more video talking about gingers being Black, I might just lose my mind. My fucking confidence skyrockets every single time I see one of those videos. Like, I don't think you understand how much I love Black women. And like, I don't know why, but I've never felt more safe or more loved than when a Black woman calls me baby. Be my mother. Be my mother right now.
So this once again goes back to the motherfication and the mammification of Black women that y'all keep complaining about, but you keep playing into it. You keep playing the mammy and the superwoman role for everybody. And look, it's clear that I'm outnumbered. It's clear that a lot of Black women are okay with playing this role, but some of us are tired of being placed in that category with y'all just because we're Black women. And we don't have to pretend that we're okay with it for the sake of unity. And I did see where a few gingers jumped in and they were like, oh, we're not Black, we're proud to be white. And I even saw one who was making racist jokes, which had some Black women on TikTok revoking their invitation to the cookout. And I knew that would happen when I first saw that clip last week. And I was like, this is why y'all need to stop doing this shit. Only support people who have proven themselves to be allies to Black women. And I just have to say that it is wild how after the Sinners movie, Black people were talking about how the takeaway from the movie was to stop inviting white people and other non-Black people to the cookout. And on the very same app, those same niggas have started a movement for white gingers inviting them to the cookout. Like, I really can't take Black people seriously, especially the Black people on TikTok. It is like a circus of intellectualized liberal confusion. That is what TikTok is to me. It is ridiculous. And listen, I appreciate all of the white redheads who encouraged their fellow redheads to reciprocate the support they've been getting from Black women in the Black community and encourage them to show up for us in return. Shout out to those white gingers. But come on, Black people, this is crazy. Y'all look crazy out here. This is why nobody takes y'all seriously. Right after the movie Sinners, I mean, you couldn't give it a couple months. You couldn't give it 6 months or something. You couldn't just wait a minute to get on there and say that white redheads were Black. And there was one Asian lady who said the quiet part out loud, and shout out to her. But she was like, I recall white gingers being mad when Halle Bailey was cast as Little Mermaid.
Gingers are Black. Where was this energy for Halle Bailey when she was Ariel, though? Lock the doors and bar the fucking gates, because I don't remember a single ginger person calling Halle cousin. I remember them saying, not my Ariel, not my Little Mermaid. They were the most pressed group of people harassing this young woman online all over social media, berating her, being racist as fuck to her. Okay, so I know people are gonna say, it's a joke, Melissa, take a joke, you're being so serious. When you give people an inch, they're gonna take a mile. And you know what, this trend is very telling, because if you ask a non-Black person what their favorite thing is about Black people, you know what they're gonna say? They're gonna say, oh, I love that they're great hype people. They make me feel cool. It's all about how Black people embrace them and they love it, right? But the embracing doesn't go the other way around. You have people that want and love to be welcomed to Black spaces, but they don't want to welcome Black people into their spaces.
And I remember that too. So, this bonding moment is cute and everything, but we're going to see if these white gingers show up for Black people and specifically Black women when it actually counts after all of this dies down. And for those who are going to say, oh, well, Chrissy, you date white men. You encourage Black women to date white people. Yeah, but I don't have to invite every white person to the cookout because I'm dating an individual white man. White people don't invite all Black people or sectors of the Black community to join theirs just because they date one individual Black person. We as Black women absolutely need allies outside of the Black community, but us constantly putting ourselves out there to be saviors for everyone is not an effective strategy. We've seen time and time again that doing that does not work. How many times have Black women put our cape on for every other group of people, including Black men? And then when we're in need, those same people are nowhere to be found. And it's not like they don't see that. It's not like they don't know that. I heard multiple redheads admit that Black women are selfless and how they don't deserve us because nobody pours into us like we're pouring into other people. So everybody sees how we just freely give our support to other people with no reciprocity. But when Black women like me say it, y'all act like I just pulled it out of thin air. So maybe now that your white ginger cousins are saying it, maybe more of you will believe it. And another thing I thought of was how this movement is cute right now, but that's only because the gingers aren't actually in the Black community. So they haven't been around enough to get arrogant because they've been so pedestalized by Black women and Black people. They don't feel entitled to us and our validation like Black men and light-skinned women and mixed women feel, to the point to where they crash out when we take away our validation. And I don't think it'll ever get to that point because these particular gingers are white, but Black women, you have to be careful about doing this because we validated Black men and light-skinned women and mixed women like this, and they got so entitled that they're literally crashing out because we are leaving the community and taking away that validation. And when I say leaving, I'm just talking about like dating white men or dating non-Black men or putting ourselves first and, prioritizing our beauty and putting our own beauty on a pedestal instead of theirs. That alone is making them crash out. And this is why it's such a vitriolic response to my platform. And when you look at how happy Black women have made these white redheads on TikTok, you should understand why. You should understand why they're trying to desperately hold on to that validation that we give them. Look at how good it makes them feel. This is the power of validation, ladies. And this is the power of Black women's validation. I really need y'all to understand how powerful you are and how you need to use that power to enrich yourselves and the lives of other Black women and girls. It's not saying you can't validate other people or give compliments to other people. That's perfectly fine. But put yourself first. And as a collective, Black women have not done that yet. And I saw on TikTok where apparently biracials were complaining about Black people, quote unquote, accepting white redheads, but not biracials. And again, we do accept them. But what they're not understanding is that the redheads just got here. You've been here. And what you're mad about is that we're no longer tolerating the colorism, the featureism, and the texturism like we used to. That's why y'all are mad, but you used to get embraced just like this until we woke up and we decided we no longer wanted to be erased or undermined in the media and in our own spaces. So yeah, this was y'all. The redheads were y'all at one point in time. And I honestly feel like because Black women have coddled biracials for so long, especially biracial women, they can't take any criticism whatsoever. And I know this doesn't apply to all of them. I'm just talking about the ones on TikTok who were complaining. But yeah, Black women, don't make the same mistake that you made with mixed race women and light-skinned women with your white ginger cousins that you invite into the cookout. Because this is how it starts. That's all I'm saying. So anyway, that is all I wanted to say about this. Let me know what you think about this topic down in the comments, and I'll catch up with you in the next video.